I know this exercise of sitting for 40 minutes wasn't easy for a lot of you. The first exercise we did involving the testing of your commitment was 30 minutes long, and it was certainly not a piece of cake. And so adding an additional 10 minutes to this second exercise, it's excruciating for a lot of you. You might have experienced pain in your back or the legs, discomforts of all sorts. This is all natural. One of two reasons for this is that your body and mind have both developed some habits, and now you're doing something that you're not used to doing. So naturally you start resisting, resenting, repudiating. Okay? The body sends powerful signals to the mind, and in turn the mind creates stories and excuses. And so you feel very uncomfortable. Imagine someone who never went to the gym before and suddenly decides to do so. It is surely not easy. And this is precisely what we're doing. We are working out our mind. So it's normal that you feel different kinds of emotions and discomforts of various degrees. The second reason is that because you're working exactly as this exercise wants you to work and not as you would want it to be, the discomforts naturally arise. I know it's not easy to sit for 40 minutes and observe the breath and other bodily sensations. It's boring, to say the least, so you feel resistance, okay? And it's perfectly normal. What is expected of you is that you keep practicing the exercise despite those discomforts. What you'll see as you keep practicing is that those discomforts, however they come, they are just passing. They assert their presence for a few moments and then they end up leaving. So our goal here, if I can say so, is to really observe them as they are without wanting things to be different, without trying to change anything. Pure observation, alright? In some ways, we are addicted to always wanting to change our experience of the present. We want to feel better. We want to think different thoughts. We want to find something in the future that is finally going to make us happy in the present. Notice this constant wanting things to be different, always and always. We're resisting this thought and this feeling and this sensation. We're continuously averting the current reality of our lives. So with this course, you are being introduced to a radically different new idea, which is to actually allow, to be aware of and allow everything to be as it is. Thoughts, sensations, emotions. We are not trying to change anything. We are accepting them as they are. And even more so, through observation, we are becoming aware of their insubstantial nature. And in this second exercise, we are starting to learn this process of acceptance with our physical bodies as we observe every sensations that arise within it. We are allowing everything to be exactly as it is. This is where we essentially stop, where we are present and we no longer try to change our experience. But we can only begin to do so if we sit still and observe. You see everything manifest itself within your mental structure as pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant states, and on the body as pleasant, neutral, and unpleasant physical sensations. Anger, frustration, discontentment, sadness, happiness, excitement, fear, anxiety. You have developed a habit of blind reaction towards those mental states and physical sensations, whether you do it consciously or not. Here's an example. While you're sitting and listening to this course, you have made countless rectifications to your posture. You've probably scratched yourself a couple of times, always trying to move away from discomforts. And most of the time, this happens below conscious awareness. Meanwhile, your conscious mind is here, it's focused on my words and may be captured by them. But in an indirect way, your mind is always kind of multitasking. It's scanning the environment for potential threats, trying to move away from discomforts, pain, going towards the pleasant. So what I'm saying is that we have to become aware of this process of craving and aversion at the subtlest level, and we have to work on eradicating it there at the root and often unconscious level. That is why complete stillness is emphasized. Okay? Your goal is to just observe, and the moment you move to scratch yourself or to move away from discomforts, The moment you are trying to change anything, you are simply repeating past patterns of craving and aversion. As you cultivate stillness in the midst of discomforts, you are liberating yourself from the bondage of blind reaction. You are essentially creating new habits, and ones that are not superficial, not quick fixes, because you are, with this technique, working at the root level.